Welcome back to Recap Revolution. Today, we're going to talk about an exciting movie that mixes adventure, action, comedy, and family fun. It's a 2010 film called The Karate Kid. Just a heads up, there will be spoilers ahead. The story begins with a teenage boy from America named Dre Parker. He lives with his mom, Sherry, who is a widow. To find a better life, they decide to move from Detroit to China. The problem? Neither of them knows the Chinese language or culture. On the plane, Dre tries to learn Mandarin but finds it really hard. When they arrive in China, Sherry is surprised to see how different the country is compared to what she imagined from magazines. Dre feels hopeless when he realizes even SpongeBob is in Chinese. And he can't understand anything. Things get worse when Sherry takes a bath and discovers the hot water isn't working. She tells Dre to go find the maintenance man, Mr. Han. Dre tries talking to the locals in English, but no one understands him. After some effort, he finally finds Mr. Han and asks him to fix the water in their apartment. But Mr. Han doesn't pay attention to him. He's busy trying to catch a fly with chopsticks. Eventually, he kills the fly with a swatter. Later, Dre meets a friendly teenager named Harry, who speaks English. They quickly become friends. One day, while playing table tennis, Dre loses badly to an old man. Feeling embarrassed, he notices a girl playing the violin. Her name is Maying. Dre tries to talk to her, and it seems like she likes him, especially because of his unique hairstyle. However, things take a turn when Cheng, another boy, sees Dre talking to Maying. Cheng gets angry, thinking Dre is flirting with her. Dre tries to stand up for himself and challenges Cheng, but Cheng beats him up badly because he's much stronger. The next day, Dre tries to hide his bruises by using his mom's makeup. He goes to school and finds out that Maying, Cheng, and his gang are all classmates. At the school cafeteria, Cheng shows up and deliberately slams Dre's food tray. Dre can't fight back because a teacher steps in to separate them. Meanwhile, Maying looks worried about Dre. Later that afternoon, Mr. Han finally comes to fix the hot water in their apartment. While there, he notices Dre trying to learn kung fu from a TV show. Mr. Han asks Dre to help him with the hot water system, but Dre ignores him. To get his attention, Mr. Han throws a toothpaste cap at Dre, hitting him perfectly and surprising him. Not long after, Sherry comes home and gets upset with Dre for being so undisciplined. Mr. Han overhears their conversation. Back at school, Dre finds Maying practicing violin in a room. She tells him how important it is for her to join the academy because it means a lot to her family. Later, Cheng and his gang confront Dre again, warning him to stay away from Maying while bullying him. One day, Dre and his mom visit the Forbidden City. There, they see a huge group of teenagers practicing kung fu. Dre wanders around and accidentally enters a room where he discovers that Cheng is actually an expert in kung fu. Feeling frustrated, Dre asks his mom to leave. On the way home, Sherry becomes worried and asks Dre what's wrong. He admits that he hates China and blames her for moving them there. The next day, during a school trip to the Forbidden City, Dre sees this as his chance for revenge. He sneaks up on Cheng and his gang, grabs a bucket of dirty water, and throws it on them. Furious, the boys chase Dre all over the city. After a long and exhausting run, Dre ends up in a dead-end alley. He tries to escape, but Cheng pulls him down. The angry boys start punching him mercilessly. Just as Cheng is about to deliver the final blow, Mr. Han suddenly appears and grabs Cheng's wrist. He tells the boys to go home, but Cheng tries to kick him instead. To everyone's surprise, Mr. Han easily blocks the attack. He's a kung fu master. He dodges all their moves smoothly and makes them knock each other out without throwing a single punch. Eventually, Cheng and his gang give up and flee. Mr. Han takes Dre home and treats his wounds using an ancient Chinese healing method called fire cupping. Dre begs Mr. Han to teach him kung fu for self-defense, but Mr. Han isn't interested at first. However, he later accompanies Dre to the Fighting Dragon Academy to try to make peace with Cheng and his teacher, Master Li. Master Li is a cruel man who teaches his students to show no mercy. He refuses the peace offer and challenges either Dre or Mr. Han to fight Cheng. They refuse and walk away, not wanting to make things worse. On the way out, Mr. Han sees a poster for a kung fu tournament and suggests entering it as a way to settle things properly. Master Li agrees. When Dre learns that he'll have to fight all of them at the tournament, he's shocked. But Mr. Han explains that what Master Li teaches isn't real kung fu, it's just cruelty. He promises to teach Dre true kung fu. Excited, Dre rushes to Mr. Han's place. When he arrives, he sees a broken car inside the house. His training begins, but Dre is disappointed when he realizes it's not what he expected. Mr. Han tells him to pick up his jacket, hang it up, and then take it down repeatedly. At first, Dre doesn't understand the point. Days pass, and the same exercise continues. No matter the weather, Dre keeps practicing. One day, Sherry visits and invites Dre and Mr. Han to join her at the Shir Festival. When they arrive at the festival, Dre meets Meiying again. She invites him to watch a show with her, and he asks her to come to the upcoming Kung Fu tournament to support him. In return, he promises to attend her violin audition. Meanwhile, Mr. Han tells Sherry that Dre, whom he nicknames Audrey, is his very first Kung Fu student. At one point, Dre grows tired of the repetitive training and rudely says he wants to quit. He also accuses Mr. Han of not understanding Kung Fu at all. Disappointed, Mr. Han stands up and shows Dre the real purpose of the exercise, to develop muscle memory. To Dre's surprise, he suddenly finds himself able to dodge attacks from Mr. Han. The teacher explains that Kung Fu is present in every part of life, even in simple actions like putting on and taking off a jacket. From that moment on, Dre gains newfound respect for Mr. Han. The next day, Mr. Han takes Dre to a temple in Wudong Mountain, where he once trained in Kung Fu. There, Dre witnesses incredible Kung Fu skills, including a woman who controls a snake by copying its movements. At the end of their journey, they visit Dragon Well, where Mr. Han tells Dre to taste the water. Afterward, Mr. Han intensifies Dre's training, focusing on concentration, fitness, and flexibility. After weeks of exhausting drills, Dre's body becomes stronger, and Mr. Han gives him a day off. During his free time, Dre takes Meiying to explore the city. They have fun, and Meiying shows off her dancing skills, leaving Dre amazed. Suddenly, Meiying gets a call saying her audition has been moved to that day. Her father picks her up, and she barely makes it on time. Dre secretly follows them to the auditorium and watches her perform. However, Meiying's parents don't approve of Dre and forbid her from seeing him again. Heartbroken, Dre visits Mr. Han's house, only to find his teacher drunk and destroying the broken car inside. It turns out that this day marks the anniversary of the car accident in which Mr. Han lost his wife and son after an argument. He admits he still can't forgive himself. To help his teacher move forward, Dre pulls Mr. Han out of the car and insists they continue training. Inspired, Dre trains harder than ever, determined to win the competition and make Mr. Han proud. After weeks of intense preparation, Mr. Han declares Dre ready for the tournament and gifts him a Bruce Lee-style fighting suit to boost his confidence. That night, Dre bravely visits Meiying's house and apologizes to her father in Mandarin. Touched by his effort, Meiying's father accepts the apology and agrees to let her attend the tournament to support Dre. Finally, the big day arrives. The venue is packed with spectators, and the fighters look incredibly strong. Dre steps into his first official match but loses a point because he doesn't understand the rules and steps out of the circle. In the next round, he regains his confidence and defeats his first opponent. On the other side, Cheng easily beats a blue-suited boy and becomes the first finalist to reach the grand final. Dre continues to win his matches until he reaches the semi-finals, where he faces Liang, one of the strongest boys from the Fighting Dragon Academy. Before the match, Master Li orders Liang to break Dre's leg, even if it means being disqualified. During the fight, he plays dirty, repeatedly targeting Dre's leg with harsh punches. The American boy, Dre, is badly injured. The doctor says it's impossible for him to keep fighting, even though he has made it to the grand final. If Dre doesn't return to the ring in a few minutes, Cheng will automatically win the trophy. Desperate to continue, Dre begs Mr. Han to treat him using the fire cupping method, believing he still has a chance to win. At first, Mr. Han refuses because he doesn't want to see Dre get hurt again. But Dre convinces him, and soon after the treatment, Dre limps back to the ring. The grand final begins. Dre loses the first round after being kicked out of the arena by Cheng. However, he fights back hard and takes the lead in the second round, winning 2-1. As expected, Cheng starts playing dirty. He targets Dre's weak leg, delivering a powerful jump kick that causes Dre immense pain. Cheng wins the round, tying the match. In the deciding round, Dre insists on continuing, even though he can barely stand on one leg. He remembers the woman on the mountain who controlled the snake and mimics her technique. Cheng underestimates him and charges forward recklessly. This gives Dre the opening he needs to launch a perfect overhead kick, striking Cheng in the face. Cheng collapses and cannot get up. Dre is declared the champion of the tournament. With respect, Cheng hands the trophy over to Dre. The other students from the Fighting Dragon Academy bow down to Mr. Han in acknowledgement of his skill and wisdom. Dre's hard work and determination have paid off, and he has earned both victory and respect. If you enjoyed this recap, smash that like button, subscribe to Recap Revolution, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update, and also drop your comments below. See you in the next one.